Hello there, I'm Lasciviousness from BSC 35 and I was assigned to report Katarungang Pambarangay acts of lasciviousness. In our communities, creating a safe and respectful environment for everyone is a shared responsibility. But what if we find ourselves in a situation that the atmosphere becomes uncomfortable or unsettling? There are three objectives I prepare for today. Number one is define and understand elements of acts of lasciviousness. Number two, explain the role of Katarungang Pambarangay. Number three, demonstrate procedure in handling acts of lasciviousness cases. I'm pretty sure that everyone else go through what is the meaning of Katarungang Pambarangay already, but anyway, I'll just read the meaning of it. So, to make it short, Katarungang Pambarangay is created under the Local Government Code 7160, and it is a system of justice that handles disputes and mediation at barangay level. It is also known as Barangay Justice System, and every local government unit has its Katarungang Pambarangay. One sensitive but important area the system deals with is acts of lasciviousness. This might be a sensitive topic for some, but please bear with me as we go through the discussion. According to Revised Penal Code, Article 336, acts of lasciviousness is considered the illegally touching of a person's private part with the intent of sexual gratification. The elements of acts of lasciviousness is number one, the offender commits any acts of lewdness or pambabastos, pangahalay, panghipo, and number two, the act is committed against person of either sex, as either a female or a male. And it is done any of the following circumstances: by using force or intimidation, offended party is deprived of reason or otherwise unconscious by means of fraudulent machination or grave abuse of authority when the offended party is under 12 years of age or is demented. Ito yung panghalik sa labi, pangkikis, pangyayakap ng may mali siya. The actor must be motivated by sexual desire, labag, and the offended party must be doesn't want or incapable of giving judgment. If the intention is to have a sexual intercourse, it is attempted rape. But if the intention is only for sexual gratification or inhit ba malarobin, ganun, it is acts of lasciviousness. Example here is yung mga nahihikuan sa jeep, sa mga public transportation, yung mga persons na nirarab yung sensitive part nila sa part ng another person, something like that. So let's proceed to Article 339, Acts of Lasciviousness, with consent of the offended party. The elements here is number one, the offender commits acts of lasciviousness, lewdness. Number two, the acts committed upon a woman who is a virgin or single or widow of good reputation under 18 years of age but over 12 years, or a sister or descendant regardless of her reputation or age. Number three, that the offender accomplishes the acts by abuse of authority, confidence, relationship, or deceit. The difference here is in Article 336, the offended party must be under 12 years of age. So here, the offended party must be over 12 but under 18 years of age. An example of Article 339 is, italo na lang natin siya sa pangalangan. Anne is a 14-year-old girl who has been struggling with her grades. Her teacher, Mr. Santos, is well liked and respected at school and has been helping her to improve academically. One day, Mr. Santos calls on aside after class and tells her he can provide and improve special tutoring sessions to ensure she passes. Grateful and eager to do well, Anne agrees. During their private tutoring sessions, Mr. Santos starts to make personal comments, complimenting Anne's appearance and telling her she's mature for her age. Eventually, he asks her to let him hold her hand or sit close to him, suggesting that the small acts of trust are necessary to build her confidence. Although she feels awkward, Anne consents, not wanting to upset him or jeopardize her academic supports. As the sessions continue, his actions escalate subtly, and Anne feels increasingly uncomfortable but stays quiet. Feeling dependent on his help, Mr. Santos reassures her that he is just showing support as her teacher and that this part of preparing her.
Anti-Child Abuse Law Republic Act Number 7610. When the victim is under 12 years, the penalty shall be 1 degree higher than that imposed by the law. Cases of acts of lasciviousness involving minors or persons with disabilities will be transferred to the SWT.
Since this concerns women and children, I have included Magna Carta of Women, which protects rights and addresses issues of BAU's cases under RA 9262. BAU-desk is a barangay helping hand to those women experiencing physical, psychological, and sexual abuse can go to seek assistance and file from violence inflicted in them. Right, every barangay has violence against women's desk. It is a physical facility that is for It is a physical facility that addresses BAU cases in the manner of which is gender sensitive. It is where the victim survivor can immediately go to seek help, and the assigned BAU desk officer is either a woman or woman, barangay kagawad or barangay tanod, or a barangay resident, and also a male barangay kagawad, which is trained under GST or Gender Sensitive Training Program. And but preferably assigned is barangay kagawad na female. The local government unit is facilitating a gender-responsive local governance to make BAU mechanisms work. Officials need to be subject to gender sensitivity trainings, like what I said before last time, in GST trainings and programs for their women constituents. The desk officers is either a woman, barangay kagawad, barangay tanod, or a barangay resident, which is capable of handling BAU cases. And yes, but preferably barangay kagawad female.
Protocols and procedures used in handling cases of acts of lasciviousness under Republic Act Number 9262.
When it comes to protocols and procedures, I only copied it in the BAU-desk handbook of which is produced by the Philippine Commission on Women. And yes, let's go to step 1. Step 1, make sure that the victim survivor is comfortable in a safe and private room or area and given water and other immediate needs such as food, first aid, and clothing. If it's necessary, kung may wound siya, if need ng medical attention, make sure to have her first aid and everything. Give her food if unconscious siya or what. Yes, tea, prepare for a tea, and whatsoever. Give her clothes or umot to make her comfortable. Next, step 2. Assess the situation by getting basic information that can determine present and possible risk, including basic personal information and purpose of visit. Step 3. If it is an emergency situation, do the following. If further medical attention is needed, immediately take the victim survivor to the nearest clinic or hospital. If further legal attention or protective services are required, especially with regard to her security and safety, refer or take her to the appropriate offices which can better attend to her protection. And after that, fill out the intake or referral form. Reminder that the recording of all information is appropriate logbook must be done as soon as possible. And take note that every BAU desk has 2 logbooks, one for VAUC cases and one for woman and child. Step 4. Once the victim survivor is stable, assess the punong barangay or kagawad in doing the interview. The interviewee is gender sensitive, sincere, and uses language or dialect that is understood by the victim or survivor. The process of interview will start with personal information, purpose of her visit, and action to be taken upon request. And the do's naman is to take the case seriously, refrain from making judgmental statements, present and discuss advantages and disadvantages of options available to the client. In step 5, if the case is a violation of RA 9262, inform the victim survivor of her rights, solutions, and remedies available to her, and the processes involved in her quest for justice. Brief her about barangay protection order and how to secure it, including the implications to her and the children should she decide to apply for it. If she decides to obtain a BPO, assist her in filing for an application. Other options naman is explain the TPO and PPO, which is the PPO is a permanent protection order and TPO temporary protection order, and refer to her to the nearest public attorney's office or the alternative law group's INC. These agencies will assist her in filing the PO in court. Step 6. From the logbook, transfer the necessary data to the intake form. Intake form is used in a referral system when the barangay is ready to transfer the victim survivor to other agencies. If the victim survivor asks for a safe shelter, refer her to a shelter, a woman-centered, or to the City Municipal Social Welfare and Development Office. The BAU desk officer may also seek assistance of other barangay officials, barangay tanod, or police in getting her belongings from the conjugal house. Step 7. Report the incident to Philippine National Police and the City Municipal Social Welfare and Development Office within 4 hours that it is happened. As far as I know, the barangay chairman will create a lupon taga-pamayapa which consists 10 to 20 members. 10 to 20 members. Then, if the lupon taga-pamayapa failed to do his mediation and the lupon chairman failed to do his mediation, the lupon chairman will create a pangkat tagapagsundo which consists of 3 members, and after the pangkat tagapagsundo and pangkat chairman failed to do his duty, they will issue a certification to file for an action. It is a certificate that a confrontation between the parties took place but no conciliation and or settlement has been reached, either prepared by the Lupon Secretary and attested by the Lupon Chairman, or Pangkat Secretary and attested by Pangkat Chairman. Here is the example of certification to file action. This report takes a closer look at how Katarungang Pambarangay helps to educating everyone about boundaries and respect. By understanding and supporting the system, we can all play a part in fostering a safe and more caring gender-sensitive community for all.